All right, and we're live. Make sure this is going out okay onto the YouTubes. No robot voice or nothing. Come on. Come on. Alrighty. Somebody already in the chat says, glad you're here beats the hell out of watching Woes interview his new girlfriends. I don't know what that's talking about. Oh, has he got like trad thoughts on or something? Because of course he's defending them. Never really saw his appeal. Let's see, a couple of stories I want to talk about. Pardon me. Let's see. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is on slate.com. For those of you playing along, I didn't put a link in the description. I didn't think to, and to be honest, I'm probably going to be too lazy to do it. So if you want to look it up, just look it up. It's White Christmas by Zachary Jason over on slate.com. The Hallmark Channel's 21 music fusillade in the War on Christmas is a rating sensation. I'm watching it all to find out why. This piece of shit liberal doesn't understand why Christmas is popular. So this should be fun. Let's see. At a rally in November 2015, Donald Trump heralded, if I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again, I can tell you. Of all his empty guarantees, it's weird. The left really can't decide whether or not Trump is an unstoppable monster who's destroying the country or a completely ineffectual buffoon. They really can't seem to decide on that. Of all his empty guarantees, the president has perhaps fulfilled none better than a counterstrike in the War on Christmas. And no battalion has fired more Rudy Toot artillery for him than the Hallmark Channel. In 2017, the network is premiering 21 original Christmas movies up from the 20 last year. 42 hours of sugary, sexist, preposterously plotted, plot hole festered, belligerently traditional, ecstatically Caucasian cheer. Let's can we take a moment here? Can I click on this guy? No, it's not gonna let me click on this guy. Sometimes you can click on the author and get a bio. I gotta get a good look at this cocksucker real quick. We don't have Luke here, so I'll have to describe him for those of you playing along. Zachary Jason of Slate Magazine. It's a common name. Zachary Jason, Slate Magazine. Let's get a good look at this cocksucker. Hopefully, don't go robot trying to bring up something else from Slate. They do not have a picture. Zachary Jason is a writer based in Boston. Of course he is. No fucking city he's wiped off the map. He has written for New York Times, The Guardian, Boston Globe, whatever. All right. Fine. Can't get a good picture of him, but. Oh, Lordy. Now, I'm not a particularly big fan of the Hallmark Channel or its outings, but I can understand why people would like it. There's a comfort food aspect of it, and it's the one place on television where you're guaranteed to not have fucking paws shoved down your throat, for example. No pun intended on the shove down your throat part. Oh man, I'm gonna have to run up, get a drink of water. A bit of the acid reflux here. Kind of just had dinner not too long ago. Some Italian. Anyways, Hallmark Channel, owned by Kansas City, Missouri-based greeting card giant, has boomed since Trump began campaigning in 2016. Hallmark was the only top 15 entertainment channel with double-digit rating growth. Maybe that ought to tell you something, Hollywood. and the viewership has jumped another 16% this year. Meanwhile, Hallmark's Christmas programming, which has begun before Halloween, yeah, it is obnoxious. I'm not a godless, piece of shit like this guy, and I think the starting Christmas stuff that early is obnoxious. Generates more than 30% of its annual ad revenue and has helped Hallmark become the season's highest rated cable network among women aged 25 to 54. More than 70 million Americans watched Hallmark Channel Christmas movies last year. The network has already approached the numbers in 2017 with 3 weeks and 5 premieres remaining. And the network's strongholds map to Trump's electoral college victories. After watching a few of Hallmark's countdown to Christmas films, the network's red state appeal comes into focus. As much as these movies offer giddy, predictable escapes from Trumpian chaos, the only chaos, whatever. The only chaos is coming from the left and their insanity right now. These movies offer, they all depict a fantasy world in which America has been made great again. All capital letters. Surprised you didn't put a trademark there next to it, you cuck. You'd think you're funny. Real and fictional heartland small towns with names such as Evergreen and Cookie Jar are as thriving as their own small businesses. And even a high school art teacher, played by Trump supporter and the face of Hallmark, Candace Cameron Bure. Oh, it's a girl from Full House who is in Fuller House now. Yeah, it's somebody in Hollywood who isn't a fucking Satanist can afford a lavishly renovated colonial home. Okay, you know what? You're going to nitpick that shit, really? That people on the TV box have bigger homes than they should probably afford? Nearly every leftist sitcom has people living in bigger places they can afford. Think back to like Friends from 20 years ago, where, these 20-something-year-olds with no fucking job had these big-ass apartments and shit like that. Come on, that's just how TV works, okay? Filming somebody in an efficiency apartment is depressing. Nobody wants to see that. They brim with white heterosexuals. Oh, the worst kind of people, huh? Who exclusively, emphatically, and endlessly bellow Merry Christmas to every lumberjack and labradoodle they pass. Leftists just hate the light, don't they? You just hate the light. It's all it is with you people. They're centered on beauty pageant heroines and strong-jawed heroes with white nationalist haircuts. There are occasional sightings of Christmas sweater-wearing black people, but they only exist to cheer on the dreams of white leads. And everyone on Trump's naughty list, Muslims, gay people, feminists, have never crossed the snow-capped green screen mountains to taint these quaint Christmas villages. Well, no wonder it's so nice there. You don't have gay people dancing around with their dicks out. You don't have blue-haired feminists running all over the place. And you don't have goat fuckers trying to blow it up. I mean, hell, you get rid of those 3 things and America's looking pretty good right there. Santa just is white. Seems to be, this links to a Megyn Kelly article where an article on Megyn Kelly where she said that or something. Just seems to be etched into every Hallmark movie town. Okay, let's sidetrack here for a second. I realize Santa Claus as the character exists now is pretty far removed from its roots, but let's not forget that this character does actually draw its roots from a literal person that existed in history, Saint Nicholas, who I might add, he was not black. All right, we was not Saint Nicholas. All right, and what some call sexism, Hallmark Land calls family values. No, sane people call it family values. CEO Bill Abbott said that Hallmark Channel aims to build a safe space in a TV market that has gone past the point of edgy. safe lines in this year's premiere includes safe in quotation marks here. Now, this is what this guy's going to find so objectionable. Here we go. Daughter, you said you wanted my sister and I to spend more time together. Father, I thought you'd go shopping or get your nails done. I didn't care about war reporting anymore. I wanted, this is said from some female, I guess. I didn't care about war reporting anymore. I wanted a white picket fence and a husband. Shocker. You know, women want husbands, men want wives. Human beings wish to pair bond with the opposite sex, form a lifelong bond, possibly produce some offspring and perpetuate the species. What a horrifying thing. Oh, dear Lord, I'm so fucking triggered. Wife, I can sing too. Husband, but can you cook? You know, in all fairness, women aren't really good cooks. I'd much rather eat food prepared by a man. When women cook, it's kind of a utilitarian aspect. Like they're cooking for their family, sort of thing. Men are the better cooks. All right, because men know their way around the damn spice rack. All right, they know how to put some flavor into it. When men cook, it's an art. That's why there are plenty of female cooks. There's not a lot of female chefs. But sorry, I get sidetracked here. Since launching in 2001, Hallmark Channel has remained the most unapologetically formulaic network on TV. I guess maybe unapologetically, but let's not act like most of what the leftists fart out on TV is not formulaic. Let's not act like they're fucking bullshit, unfunny sitcom darlings like Modern Family and I don't know, whatever else they fart out that's full of faggots and Muslims and gays or whatever. Let's not act like that's not all formulaic as fuck, all right? I wouldn't even argue formulaic's necessarily a bad thing. You know, tropes exist because they work. Let's see. Of the 136 Christmas movies, Crown Media, which operates Hallmark Channel and Hallmark's Movies and Mysteries, has produced to date, nearly all feature white leads. Gee, in a country that's mostly white people, most of the movies feature white people. How about that? Regarding diversity, their executive vice president of programming, Michelle Vickery, told Bloomberg last week, we're going to take a look at that, which is yeah, that's a polite way of blowing it off. No, we know who our audience is, and we wish to cater to them. Of this year's 21 films, only Enchanted Christmas stars minority love interests, Latinos Alexis and Carlos. Even interethnically relationships, it seems, are too taboo in 2017. You know, there's a reason this shit's popular. You know, this winter, Holly Robertson Pete, originally from 21 Jump Street, will star in both The Midnight Show Murders, based on Al Roker's novel, and a reality show alongside her husband, former NFL quarterback Arnie Pete. But Hallmark hasn't announced any plans to diversify December next year. Yeah, well, why should they? Why should they mess with what works? The tropes, as mind-melting as they are mesmerizing, permeate casting, dialogue, pacing, set decoration, and mannerisms, as omnipresent as the fake snow that, upon closer inspection, appears to just be clumped together fake cobwebs. Here's a lethal drinking game. Lethal drinking game. Take a shot of peppermint schnapps every time a female lead stumbles on her speech or bumps into a nutcracker when she encounters whatever. Fuck. Trying to get some good stuff in here. Then there are the more bizarre and bizarrely common character tropes. Beefy current boyfriends of the female lead who live in the big liberal city, most often high-powered coworkers but inattentive obtuse partners who make the outlandish gesture of buying last-minute flight to see the female lead in her hometown, blah, blah, blah. Going through here, anything interesting? Here we go. Here's how it ends. The Christmas down your throat bombast, holly jolly sexism, and character zaniness and unyielding impulsiveness. It's all very Trumpian behavior. Hallmark Movie Channel have normalized a world in which the president can insult China, the press, Hillary Clinton, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, all of whom deserve to be insulted, and share anti-Muslim propaganda. Fuck it. An honest reading of the Quran is anti-Muslim propaganda. In one day, and the very next proclaim to follow Jesus' example of respect for the state, blah, blah, whatever. All right, so that's an interesting little article. Shitlib's gonna shitlib. This is so telling here. As I said, these people hate the light. Now, look, you can certainly maybe Hallmark movies aren't your taste; they're a little too saccharine for my taste, for example. But then again, I admit I'm a jaded old ex-degenerate. Sometimes still kind of degenerate. I'm not exactly somebody who's a role model. Christmas down your throat. Christmas is fucking awesome. All right? Anyone who doesn't like Christmas should be thrown out of a fucking helicopter. All right? Even in my most God-hating agnostic days, I still thought Christmas was the tits. It's great. Like, obviously, there's the wonderful aspect of the birth of our Savior. That's pretty fucking rad right there. But even just the secular aspects of it are the tits. Okay? We decorate everything to be looking cool. There's awesome light shows on everyone's houses. We buy each other cool presents. We make awesome cookies and shit like that. And there's a Swiss Colony beef log and the Hickory Farms beef log with the sweet and sour sauce that comes with it. Christmas is the tits. All right. Anyone who doesn't like Christmas, they need to be physically removed. They are a blight on fucking society. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about people who had a rough year or, they're just really lonely. I get the holidays can be hard on people when they're kind of estranged from family, or maybe they've just moved to a new town. They don't know people. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about. Obviously, any kind of very joyous time can feel very rough when you've had a rough time. I get that. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the spoiled motherfucker who has it just fine and still wants to piss. Like this Slate fucking guy he's probably living on daddy's trust fund. And yeah, if you're still looking around like, fuck Christmas. No, fuck you. Okay? It is the tits. Like I said, back in my most God-hating, agnostic days as a fucking, we weren't all fedoras back then. It hadn't caught on in that circle. But yeah, we were fedoras. We were too smart for religion, that kind of shit. I still thought Christmas was the tits. I still loved getting Christmas presents for everybody. Christmas is awesome. If you don't like Christmas, something's fucking wrong with you. Again, that's just, I hate the light. All right, and speaking of leftists hating the light, here's an article from truthrevolt.org. And I've seen a couple places talk about this. It's by Trey Sanchez. Taylor Swift said 2017 was a great year. The left explodes. Tone-deaf and self-centered woman of the year, folks. So Empress Tay-Tay, she had her birthday a couple days ago, I guess the 13th, which, happy birthday to Empress Tay-Tay. May death come swiftly to her enemies. And she, I think, went on Twitter or something like that. I'm not going to read through this article. I just plowed through, that fucking poison of the last one. Anyways, she said, I couldn't have asked for a better year, all thanks to you. And a bunch of shitlibs on Twitter decided to respond to it. The Billboard tweet mentions it, and then people responding to it, such as Allison Pennell, whose Twitter handle is at Brooklyn Breeder. I really hope she's a dog breeder. Anyways, it's she responds, tone deaf and self-centered woman of the year, folks. Rebecca Seville, Sevilla. Her Twitter handle is REBESEVILLA. It's for those of you who wish to maybe go on the Twitter and talk to these people, or possibly just report their tweets for bullshit. The rest of the world in 2017, and she shares that gif of like Elmo in front of the fire or something, and everybody else is like, white privilege, she voted for Trump. And I gotta be honest with you, like, I necessarily have the best year myself for 2017, just for personal reasons, layoff, dog dying, that sort of thing. Money's been rather tight. But for the most part, 2017 has been a fine year. Almost all the problems of 2017 you can really push to the deep state, the Democrats, the rhinos pushing against Trump. Trump's been a fine president, all in all. Yeah, I have problems with him, but yeah, if you're not a communist shit stain, 2017's been just fine. All right, let's go through the chat here. See what's going on in the old chat. Somebody says there's a WebM of Princess Leia flying through space with the Superman movie theme. I don't know what the fuck that's referring to. I know the new Star Wars movie came out. I don't care. I don't care. It's fucking Star Wars. Oh, did I go robot? Somebody said I went robot. Let me try that. Hang on. Okay. So, yeah, I don't care about Star Wars. I know it came out, and who fucking cares? Star Wars is shit. Star Wars has been shit since 1983, and it wasn't even that fucking good back when it was good. All right? It was even overrated back then. All right? And you know what? Everybody can sit here and bitch, oh, this Star Wars movie sucked. The last one sucked. Again, I haven't seen Rogue One. I've heard mixed. I've heard some people say it's good. But the last main one sucked. All right? Episode 7, at that point, it was the worst Star Wars movie ever made. I don't know about this new one, but Episode 7 was worse than the prequels, and the prequels were shit. Okay, so literally 4 shitty movies in a row. How many shitty movies in a row does it take until Star Wars fans fucking learn? I don't think it. I think it just this movie's gonna make $1 billion fucking dollars. And the next one's going to make $1 billion fucking dollars. All y'all are going to fucking bitch about it, and then you're going to go see the next one. Fuck you, Star Wars fans. You never fucking learn. Okay? And I realized this when I saw you faggots lining up for episode 3. That's when I knew you were fucking deemable. All right? As a fandom. That's when I knew. When I saw y'all cocksuckers lined up around the block for episode 3, I knew you were fucking redeemable. To be approaching a movie with anything more than cautious optimism when the last 2 in the series sucked giant hairy fucking balls. So no, what do you want me to say about it? Like, oh, the new Star Wars movie sucks. Like, everybody's like shocked. Everybody's like, oh my God, the new Star Wars movie sucks. Can you believe it? They've all sucked since 1983 was the last time they didn't suck. All right? I was born the year Star Wars stopped being worth a damn. And I'm getting fucking old. All right? welcome to the club. Welcome to finally getting on board with, oh, this franchise is garbage. So he says, basically, The Last Jedi flopped among fans. Ratings are like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, and I did see the critic score is like a 93% or something. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you all hate it. Because you all fucking went to go see it, didn't you? All y'all Star Wars fans went to go fucking see it. And you're going to go see the next one. You run your mouth about how much it sucks. Doesn't matter. You're going to go see the next one. And you go see the one after that. And you go see the one after that. And each and every fucking one that comes out annually until the end of fucking time, y'all bastards are going to keep going to see. So, I mean, enjoy it. You're not. You have the Star Wars you deserve. I don't want to talk about it. It's like, yeah, I know it sucks. I've known it sucked for decades now. Where were you guys? Let's see. So he says, Bechtloff, why the heck does Steven Crowder keep having Blair White on? I don't know. I don't really watch him that much. I mostly just watch some of the funny shit he does. I don't even think I'm subscribed to him. Maybe I am. I don't know. I subscribe to people and then forget. Let's see. So he says, I just looked up Black Christmas movies and got at least 100 movies. Yeah, no shit. It's like, oh, wow. Bechtloff, I petition you name the stream Holly Jolly Sexism. I might do that on Christmas Eve if I stream. Let's see. Oh, Disney buying Fox. Yeah, I'm not sure that's totally going through. The government might block it, but it's still interesting. So he says, good news for getting the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Deadpool into the Marvel Universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know. It's almost fucking too late for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I kind of think what ought to happen is maybe if they truly do get the rights back to X-Men and Fantastic Four, what I think would be a better move is to just wind down the Marvel Cinematic Universe in its current form and start over. I know people get sick of reboots, but whatever. I mean, this is winding down. And I wouldn't even start over with movies. I would start over with TV shows, like Netflix shows and shit. Do like a Spider-Man show and a Fantastic Four show, an Avengers show, and an X-Men show. Do the four pillars, as it were. And that'd be a good way to do it. I don't know, though. We'll see what happens. Somebody says episode 3 was pretty good. No, it wasn't. It was better than the other two, but, it's like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome. So he says, George Lucas should have made another American Graffiti type movie. Honestly, I kind of think American Graffiti sort of sucked. I never got into that movie. I mean, maybe part of it is like, like I know boomers fucking love it, but, boomers were also alive around that time. I don't know. Maybe it's just such a period piece. I can't get into it, but Bechtloff, you ever see the Goldbergs? Yeah, I saw some of the Goldbergs. That's shit. That's shit. Let's see. Real quick before I forget, sponsor for this live stream, Aaron Clary. Check out his books. Bachelor of Patent Economics, Worthless, Enjoy the Decline, Black Man's Guide to Poverty, in Reconnaissance Man, the whole 9 yards. Check them out. Make great Christmas presents. You know, if you order here soon, you can still get stuff in time for Christmas. And, you know, Asshole Consulting, where you can get the big brother advice you never got. And if you enjoy the stream, you know, you want to maybe help me get a computer that doesn't fucking robot voice all the time, you can check out the PayPal. You can check out the Patreon. You know, if you just want to send a one-time donation, you send it via PayPal. If you you want to be a regular contributor, you can do the Patreon. Sorry, folks, responding to a text. I know, very unprofessional, but what can you do? Nothing I can do is what it is. Pushing buttons. Bechtloff's just rushing through those ads. Well, I don't have Luke for the visuals, so Bechtloff should start accepting Bitcoin. I should. Is the 1980 Flash Gordon movie worth watching? You know, I remember kind of enjoying it. I haven't seen it in many, many years, but it's definitely a big old order of 80s, of extra 80s cheese, but it's worth checking out. Bechtloff, you like King of the Hill? I watched a little bit when it was first new, and I really liked like the first couple of seasons, but somehow it just kind of got cold with me. Let's see. Where's Luke? I don't know where Luke is. He's off doing Luke stuff, I guess. Hopefully he's animating a video. The Goldbergs is so formulaic. Oh yeah, it's horrible. Thoughts on net neutrality? I mean, you know, that's the other thing I saw. I saw an article that was all like, without net neutrality, all the free porn on the internet's going to go away. Well, two things. First of all, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. All right, we'd probably be all better off. Second of all, no, it's not, because I seem to remember there being free porn before 2015. It's the net neutrality. That's all this bullshit about how, it's going to lead to it. They're going to censor the internet. Yeah, because that's not already happening. You know, people with opinions to the right of Karl Marx aren't already getting censored off Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all this other shit. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Net neutrality getting done away with is probably a good thing. I mean, just look at everyone who is telling you net neutrality is a good thing. A bunch of shit libs, a bunch of useful idiots like Alpha Omega Sin, Google, Twitter, Facebook. George fucking Soros apparently funded a bunch of money into this shit. Yeah, I'm not buying it's a particularly good thing. When nothing but evil motherfuckers and useful idiots are telling me it's a good thing. Let's see. So he says, when I was a kid, free porn was the Sears catalog. I don't know. I personally went with the Victoria's Secret catalog. Every once in a while, you could get your hands on a Fredericks of Hollywood catalog. And that's when you hit the jackpot. I remember. I remember one time as like a teenager, I found where my dad had hidden a porno video, like that he had gotten. So like I sneak it into my room and watch it because I had like an old VCR in my room, I got a lot of hand-me-down electronics from my dad, like shit that was like half broken. He just let me have it in my room. It was like a VCR where like the fast forward button didn't work, or you had to hold it down or something. But anyways, I'd put it in, I'd watch some of it, and then I'd rewind it or fast forward it back to, you know, zero, the point where I watched or started watching it. Let's see. Somebody says, I honestly don't know much about net neutrality. Razor Fist did a really good video on it, I recommend. And Forney wrote a really good article about it on Return of Kings, I think. Let's see. Just says I still get a nostalgia boner for Critters 4 with its shower scene. Let's see. Going through the chat here. So he says a fucking EMP blast couldn't stop internet porn. Somebody says, if I send you $100 on Patreon, will you ask Aaron Clary what his thoughts on the gay agenda are? I mean, yeah, you're free to do that, and I'll ask him, but I think his thoughts are probably doesn't care. Let's see, anything else interesting in the chat? Nothing really. Scroll through here. Sorry, I'm bringing something up here. Sorry, I had a message there to respond to. Did I tune into the retard sex show? No, we haven't gotten any retard sex yet. I mean, we're kind of talking a little bit about porn, but no. Somebody says Dark Queen from Battletoads 2020 for president. Femdom nationalism. I'm okay with that. Well, no, for the alt-right and their conservative thoughts, I think it's more Findom nationalism. Talk about the Amish. The Amish suck, but I'm not really in the mood to talk about the Amish. Richard Nixon for president. It's the most wonderful time of the year. When liberals are crying and poor Muslims are dying, I'll be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. The Amish have a gene for long life. For now, we'll see how much the inbreeding does away with that. Or how soon the inbreeding does away with that, I'll say. I've met tons of butt ugly liberal women on average. Oh, yeah, liberal women are usually hideous. Let's see. No talk of muffing tonight. No. I actually looked it up and I didn't even understand what the fuck it was. Nor do I wish to. Big titty goth girl 24. Thoughts on Notes from the Underground? I don't really know what that is. Chris, your video on the Amish dying from falling into the shit is hilarious. Yes, it is. And of course, Luke's visuals really sell it. Why do the Jews have big noses? Well, that's obvious because oxygen is free. Let's see. How long have been going on here? Is this your big show tonight? Are you taking callers? No, this is not a big show. It's just a spur of the moment thing. I'm not really doing the big show anymore. I mean, shit, if somebody wants to call in, you know what? Hit me up on Skype right now. Hit me up on Skype if you want to call in. If I get a bunch of people, I might even do like rapid fire where I give everybody like a minute. You know. Okay, looks like we got somebody who wants to hop in. Hang on. Let me get you the link here, bud, and you can hop in. Apparently, we got Moon Man, the greatest rapper of the 21st century, hopping in here, straight from the Triple K Mafia. Let's see. How was the copper wire invented? Not sure that's. How was copper wire invented? Two Jews saw a penny at the same time. I don't think I've heard that one before. The Bechtloff is tired show. Yeah, I kind of am. I worked third last night. I haven't done third in a while, so. And I probably only got like 6 hours sleep today. All right, come on, Moon Man. You want to hop in or not? Anybody else want to hop in? Syndicate Chief, you said you were taking you're the one who brought up taking callers. You want to hop in? Bechtloff, have you seen the trailer for Batman Ninja? It's Gook Tunes over 9,000. I have seen it, but it's kind of interesting. I like those sort of Elseworld things where you reimagine characters like that in completely different settings. There's a mini series for Marvel called Spider-Man India that's really good, where it just reimagines the whole sort of Spider-Man mythos in the setting of India. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. They make for interesting little alternate universe stories. So I said I'd kill for 6 hours sleep. I usually get about 7 or 8. Kind of spoiled like that. Come on, Moon Man. You want to hop in? Anybody else want to hop in? You know, on nights when I don't want to take callers, y'all are just blowing up my Skype. And here I am like, come on, somebody hop in. And you're like, oh, I don't know. Tell you. Why must you continuously disappoint me, audience? I just, you know. I'd consider hopping in if I weren't sitting in school. Why the fuck are you in school? It's like 9:30. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's fucking hopping in. It's not. Okay, Moon Man saying he has to install Chrome. Well, yeah, you gotta be in Chrome. By the way, is the Google logo not the ugliest fucking thing in the world? It's like it doesn't quite form a circle, and it's just so off-putting to my eye. Like this new like rainbow ass fucking G Google logo. Trump wants to go to the moon. Good. Maybe we can send some Muslims up there. Let them die in the void. Let's see. I'm animating on the school computers. All right, Syndicate Chief's gonna hop in. All right, I'm gonna send Syndicate Chief something. There you go. Hop in. Boom. Hop in. There you go. Moon Man can hop in when he installs Chrome. So this is why I have like not every, I have like fucking 4 different browsers on my computer. Because you never know what's going to work better and what one. Tired. The problem is I had a bunch of fucking pasta. That's a problem. That's some Italian. Carbohydrates hit your stomach like a fucking brick. Let's see. Fleshlight got me through 2 tours in Iraq. Okay. Bechtloff, did the dirt on Linkara ever go anywhere? Was it just the plagiarizing rumors? I'm not sure. Like Jim mentioned on this stream that he had something on Linkara that if it pans out, Linkara is done. I don't know if it's the plagiarizing stuff or maybe it was like a lead Jim had that didn't go anywhere. So I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Okay, so it looks like I got Cynic and Kaiser in here. Apparently, Moonman and Kaiser.
Where is he?
Okay. You get this?
How did you not have Chrome?
Me? Chrome is not installed on my browser. I use Firefox, and I refuse to update it because I don't want the Jews to control my systems.
They already do. Cynic, what's up?
Not much. Just hanging out. Thought that you were gonna have your big show this weekend.
No, I mean, not really. For a couple of weeks, I'm not going to really be doing the big show because I'm not 100% on what the schedule is going to be looking like here. So, as I'm starting this new job, plus all kinds of Christmas shit and stuff. I'll still be streaming, but not like the big show where I, got to round up guests and try and get topics and actually make it interesting.
Still plan on doing your New Year's Eve show?
If I have off, I'm not sure with the new job.
Okay.
I will have off Christmas Eve, so I'll most likely stream something Christmas Eve. Probably decently late, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know about that, Bechtloff. Reddit told me that since net neutrality gone, you're gonna have to get your feudal lord to approve that for you.
Oh yeah, because it'll go back to those dark days of 2015 when nobody had internet.
I hear that Donald Trump's going to take over the internet by himself, and he's going to make it so Twitter can't ban right-wingers.
I fucking wish. I fucking wish that's what it was, just a massive power grab.
That's awful, Bechtloff. I didn't know you as such a bigot.
Honestly, that's probably the desired outcome, or the ideal outcome of this. I mean, because net neutrality is essentially just applying the common carrier rule to ISPs. Why not do it to internet services as well?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it if it was applied more evenly. But when something like Facebook or Twitter becomes such integral parts of internet infrastructure, for lack of a better term, and then they're gonna suspend your service because you made a communist cry, then yeah, something needs to be done. We'd be better off with a unregulated free-for-all than a halfway regulated accomplishes nothing shit.
All I know is that I'm incredibly excited to see the new Star Wars movie. I think it's going to be very cool. I think it's going to be amazing when Snoke kills Luke and then Snoke gets gangbanged by Kylo Ren to death. By the way, Yoda will also come back, but Leia won't die. There, you don't need to see it now.
I think that's called Star Wars: The Last Porn Star.
If anybody actually gets angry at me for spoiling that, you should consider drinking antifreeze.
Episode 7 was one of the shittiest like mainstream big budget movies I'd ever seen. Like I'd rather go fucking watch Avatar again than Episode 7. There's more original thought put in a piece of shit like Avatar than Episode 7.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Avatar is literally just a lib shit narrative of like the Trail of Tears versus Episode 7, which is literally just a rip off of Episode 4, which was literally just a rip off of a bunch of other sci-fi universes.
I remember when Avatar came out and everybody's like, it's an anti-capitalism movie. And I remember thinking like, wait, the plot is that like the people are just stealing shit from these alien natives. That's not capitalism. That's just stealing someone's shit.
Well, that's what liberals think capitalism is. That's why they like capitalism.
You know, yeah, that's what they think capitalism is. But like an anti-capitalist story would be like if you trick the natives into selling their magic tree for plastic beads or something. That would be more capitalist. But just like putting a boot up someone's ass and stealing their shit. I mean, the most fundamental aspect of capitalism is property rights. So it couldn't be more. It couldn't be more anti-capitalist when you get right down to it.
So it's less of an anti-capitalist and more of an anti-neocon movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was almost more of an anti-imperialist, anti-neocon kind of story. We're bringing freedom to these blue aliens.
Well, you see, to liberate them, you have to liberate their heads from their bodies. The fire will cleanse their souls.
You got to hand it though. That movie had really interesting visuals.
Have you actually been to the Disney Animal Kingdom where they actually built the tree and they built the mountain and they've got rides and stuff like that inside of it?
No, but that sounds kind of cool, actually.
Oh, it was cool as hell, and probably the most immersive rides. It's got the wind in your face. It's got all the scents as you're flying around. It's got the pressure on your legs as the big beast that you're supposed to be flying moves around. It's expensive as hell to go, but highly recommended if you're down in Florida.
Well, I went to Universal years ago. This was probably like 03, 04, something like that. It was I guess it was 04. No, it was 03. I'm sorry. And I did like the Islands of Adventure, and they had like the Marvel Island, and there's the Spider-Man ride where it's like this holographic show of you're in this little cart and like Spider-Man's fighting a bunch of villains and stuff. And it was really, the 3D effects were amazing. It was incredibly immersive. Like there's a scene where Doc Ock's shooting fire out of the end of one of his robot tentacles, and the heater comes on in the little cart. There's a part where he's like fighting Hydro Man and they splash water in your face.
That seems very cool, but not as cool as the fact that we're going to get 6 new Kate movies every year until 2030, plus a new Spider-Man reboot every 5 years. I'm very excited for that. I think that'll be very cool.
See, I don't mind the fact that we're getting a bunch of Kate movies because at least the Marvel ones are good.
For now.
Great by any stretch, but I mean, even the shittiest ones are watchable.
Somebody didn't see Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok was awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. It's fucking fantastic. It's just this buddy cop movie of Superman or superheroes in space. It's fantastic.
Well, you see, it's really a deep plot. It's really deep.
I
could argue this for days, but I gotta watch some more Rick and Morty before I can elevate my IQ enough to be able to handle this right now. I'm sorry, I've been a bit slacking recently.
Everybody's bitching like, oh, there's all these superhero movies, and it's like, so what? Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Oh, but the problem is there's nothing else to fucking watch. That's what's getting everybody all fucking upset about it. It isn't that there's too many fucking Kate movies. It's that there's nothing else. Literally, Hollywood doesn't know how to make anything else right now.
Because they've run out of good source material to rip off.
Yeah, if not for the fact that Marvel has, 50 plus years of stories they can cannibalize into movies, Hollywood would be out of fucking ideas. You can't even lump DC in it. DC's managed to butt fuck every movie they've made in the last couple of years except Wonder Woman.
It's not for lack of source material.
Remember that like 10 to 20 period from like 1960 to 1980 where, people made movies that were standalone films that weren't based on pre-existing books or literature? When they had ideas.
You still have a few directors who do have original ideas, but they only produce one movie every few years.
You know what actually has some decent movies coming out of it, and it's mid-grade. It's not like they're not quote unquote low budget indies, but they're not big budget Hollywood movies. It's this company called like 1E Entertainment or Entertainment One or something like that. They produce movies like Iron Sky and Devil's Rock and Christmas Horror Story or something here recently. And they're all just many of them are just kind of goofy, sort of B sci-fi horror or whatever. Like, I mean, Iron Sky is a movie about like moon Nazis. Devil's Rock is a movie about like, during World War II, some British soldier finds some Nazi soldier who's hiding from a succubus that he had accidentally summoned in this castle. These are all pretty solid flicks.
Yeah, but dude, were there AT-ATs?
Well, there's no. They don't get enough credit, and they're mid-grade stuff. You can sort of see the seams in a lot of ways.
Dude, that sounds weird. I'm just gonna watch the Disney remake of the Star Wars Holiday Special with Mickey Mouse as the main protagonist.
Even Disney is just like, oh, let's just take all those animated movies people liked and just make live action movies that are creepy and weird. Like every time I see the live action Beauty and the Beast movie commercials, like all the furniture looks like something out of a horror movie. It's so disturbing in live action.
I mean, it's because all the original, we all know this, but all the original stories were based off of horror stories told to children, which were made cute and funny because, one, they changed the story into the cartoony fashion, the 2D animation made it all seem more friendly. When you start to bring into a 3D space, it's kind of hard to make it natural.
Yeah, like a candlestick with a face that's moving around is actually really disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something the people at Disney seem to have thought through, but as long as they make money, I guess they don't have to care.
Well, they're making less and less of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess on the bright side, at least, well, I guess there's always... Oh, I guess nothing.
You can always watch the old stuff. I've still got hours and hours of old Scooby-Doo episodes that I'll watch.
I think John Wayne is the greatest actor of all time.
Yeah, I know you're just fucking with me there, but yeah, he is awful.
I love cowboy movies with John Wayne.
Well,
he's so cool and totally not a homosexual.
Man, if you mention that to a boomer, they want to fight you. Like seriously, like they just like they take that as personally as if you'd have called them a cocksucker.
Yeah, I've done it. After you started talking about it, you're right. They do. They don't like it.
They get mad. And I mean, you can't even you can't be like, there were rumors about John Wayne. It's like, fuck you. That's not true.
Just like there are rumors about Kevin Spacey.
Wait, I don't believe those rumors. You see, because Kevin Spacey's had numerous encounters with men and women throughout his life, and now chooses to live his life as a gay man. So I don't see what you're talking about.
So like Charlie Sheen?
We all know a gay man would never molest anybody.
I choose to live as a gay man now.
Have you seen the Cyanide and Happiness cartoon of that?
No, I haven't.
I'll send you a link. It's probably the funniest thing they have done.
Yeah, that cartoon's pretty funny, but I didn't really think he was all that politically incorrect.
Did you see Baby Driver?
I have not seen Baby Driver yet, no.
Oh, you should see it. There's a great scene in it where Kevin Spacey's talking about how he met this the main character, and he says basically something amounting to, the kid stole my Mercedes and was loaded up with valuable goods. He drove it away by himself. He was only 7. I would have had him killed, but I couldn't stop staring at the balls on that kid.
Hmm.
And then about 2 days later, I think, after that movie was after I watched that movie, well, turned out he really was looking at the balls on that kid.
Let's see. Christian wants to hop in. I'll have somebody send him a link on Twitter.
Tell
Somebody
him.
who I totally am not.
Tell him I don't
Just
deal with.
post it publicly on Gab if you want people to jump in.
I don't deal with rapists.
Yeah, I got Kaiser and Christian hopping in here. Man, we're gonna be hitting some Spurg levels, huh?
I accept only the Orthodox Church of Armenia, actually.
Yeah, I need to get like a Spurgy Orthodox guy in here just to argue with Christian over the, I don't know, 2 or 3 things that them and the Catholics actually disagree on.
Actually, I'm a Coptic. I'm here to dispute the Council of Nicaea. We need to get a Coptic Ethiopian, an Orthodox Armenian, and a Confucian Chinese man, if there are any left, and Christian, and have them all have a religious debate. I feel like that would be great.
Just a massive holy war slugfest.
We would see how long it would take before they started pulling out the jihads and the crusades and their. Oh yeah, we also got to bring in some a Wahhabi Sunni Muslim. We got to bring those in too. Yeah, we could bring in John Steele too. I would love John Steele. You know, I actually don't have that big of a problem. I've never had a big problem with John Steele. He's really cool. I like him because he told me to buy The Count of Monte Cristo, and I really like that book. So I guess that's just my personal bias.
So Kaiser, I hear you're fixing to write a check that you're asking in cash. Making jokes.
Ooh, no! Don't take me outside. I haven't finished the tales written by Martin Luther about the Jews and their lies.
Well, if I take you outside as a neat, won't you burn like a vampire?
Yeah, I'll just burn right up. You know, my proddy flesh just can't handle the glorious son of His Holiness the Pope.
Well, you know, you gotta watch out for that guy.
Yeah, I hear he might kill some doves if they go near him.
Well, they compete with them because, you know, they're white, so, you know, white doves, white little Cossack as well. You know, got a little competition going on.
Letting non-whites into the church is a mistake. I guess we can assume now.
I'm sorry. What are you two nerds arguing about? I kind of zoned out.
Letting a bunch of spics into a church which encourages not using contraception might have been a bad idea. I'm just saying.
Well, the problem is they enforce that, but they don't enforce fornication and, you know, no sex before marriage and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, while I'm not quite going to echo the exact way Kaiser put it, applying a policy that worked, that might have worked kind of well towards K-type people, towards R-type people, sort of ends up with you up to your ass and R-type people.
Especially if you push the socialism like Venezuela's done.
I mean, it's okay. I get it. Hispanics are kind of bad and Africans are worse, Muslims being the worst. But let's focus on our real enemies, the Serbians. They're the true threat to the peace and stability of Europe. I think we should start a great war over that.
I don't know. You got those trad thoughts coming in now. They're pretty scary.
Excuse me, Lauren Southern is my personal hero. I met her at a convention and she was wearing a tank top pretty low. I think she likes me. Pretty good.
I hear she's smoking bait.
Yeah, she was with this
guy
named Ahmed at the time, but I think he was jealous of me more than I was of her.
Someone needs to take that photo of her with that guy and like just insert the most hairy looking cab driving looking guy, and that'd just be hilarious.
Oh, you could have all kinds of fun with that.
I saw somebody on somebody I can't remember who shared it, but somebody had like a picture of Tommy Lauren and they just put the black.com logo under it.
That's good.
Well, that is a sexist cell, and I think you need to check your privilege.
I don't know if there's like a site of like white girls getting fucked by Indians. I mean, I'm sure there is. If you imagine it, it fucking exists. But whatever that is, they should take the logo of that and put it under Lord Southern.
Hey, Christian, I have checked my privilege, and it is pretty awesome.
Curried.com.
Streetshitting.com.
I think that it's important to maintain the peace and stability of the universe and to ensure that Reddit never recovers. I think that once Trump, the God Emperor, has finished his second term in 2024, we should run Ajit Pai for president. I think it's important for diversity. We have our first Indian president. So Ajit Pai should be our president come 2024. I think that that would be pretty funny to watch as he declares he will end life neutrality.
We need to get like the Mickey Mouse from South Park to run for president.
I like that episode. I did. Oh, but it was very wrong, though. Well, actually, no, it was actually completely correct. The Chinese were trying to protect Star Wars, right? And Disney was trying to ruin it. That was the plot. Good.
I like the Jonas Brothers episode with the Mickey Mouse. Bechtloff's just in the background, just scared. Doesn't know what to do. The show's spiraling out of control.
I bet you don't even know how to pray the rosary, Bechtloff. I mean, are you even able to talk about a Christian discussion with us? I mean...
Yeah, Bechtloff.
Can you? Can you even name the steps?
He hasn't even met Priest Hansy yet, so...
Can you recite the every Gregorian chant alphabetically in order?
Do you even Latin, bro?
I thought not Protestant, more like product cuck.
You're just like the worst stereotype right now.
Well,
There's always the worst stereotype.
Well, you see, me and my fellow traditional Catholics have decided that we're going to build an ethno-state, which is going to be comprised of only 20% Germans, 15% Hungarians, a whole fuck ton of Slavs, and some Czechs for the bonus. And we're what? It's collapsing. Oh no! Who could have seen this coming? But Bechtloff's probably walking the dog if he has one still. I don't even know.
Bechtloff has left his room and he's like set a time.
He's killing the dog. I agree, Boogie. He's killing the dog.
Or he's asleep. We start singing Rockabye Bechtloff.
Does that end gas me to sleep or something?
He's gonna wake up in 2 hours and be like, "What the hell? This is still going on."
Oh yeah, and we're gonna be shit talking the whole time.
I think how Bechtloff is gone. It's about time to remind you that if you ever have problems sleeping,
I have problems with the mic.
You need some masculine help from a big brother figure. Make sure to head over to www.assholeconsulting.com to get advice from Aaron Clary, a true.
Yeah, I was having problems with my mic. Mike wasn't working on me. Anyway.
Did you?
Yeah, I muted Kaiser.
Oh boy.
Anyways, no, I do not know how to play with magic beads or whatever Kaiser was talking about there. But yeah, I was having problems with the mic. Let's see.
So
somebody
you want to know what muffing is?
No, I don't want to know what the fuck muffin is.
I saw you wrote in the chat, but I'm confused about how it's that even remotely romantic.
Oh, it's. I don't think Bechtloff wants to hear it. So if you want to talk about it privately, I can tell you.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about muffin.
No, you got to tell Forney. Forney's really bent on not knowing what it is.
Oh, I'll tell Forney. I don't think Forney would ever let me on one of his shows again, though. I told him he'd be a bit too traumatized. He'd just block me.
I'm surprised he lets me on even after I rickrolled him.
I love when people go through and do that.
I want to take some messages out in bottles and put them out to sea, and just have them be pictures of Rick Astley.
And I did it live. I just posted the YouTube link on chat, and he opened it up, and it started playing over the live stream.
Was there a particular reason for this Rick rolling?
I just thought of it. Like
Rick rolling does not have reasons. You don't have a reason to Rick roll.
Whenever you're listening to a stream and they're talking about shit you don't care about, that's when you just do it.
Still haven't tried that on Bechtloff yet, but he may be on his guard now.
He's gonna expect it.
No, I just send the dance of my people
around and shoot my icon if I did that.
Yeah, I just send the dance of my people to everyone.
Yeah, Bechtloff, when are you going to have the Amazing Atheist on for a very intellectual debate? I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I would never have the Amazing Atheist on.
Wait, would you have...
I would rather have Cum Beardley the Butt Pirate on again.
You can't have the Amazing Atheist on. He's watched a little bit too much Rick and Morty for you to handle.
Bechtloff, would you be willing to moderate a debate between the Amazing Atheist and Terry A. Davis?
No.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the greatest thing ever.
You don't want to hear... Well, I think you... Is this because you're working for the CIA niggers? Is that why?
No, I just really would not want anything to do with the Amazing Atheist ever. Like that is one of the most disgusting human beings I have ever seen in my life.
Who is if he is the most disgusting being, who is his antithesis?
I mean, honestly, like the Amazing Atheist, in a way, he actually does challenge a doctrine of my faith, and that's the idea that all human beings have value.
But love is love. Don't you know that, you bigot?
Yeah, I can date a 15-year-old tranny if I want to. Fucking crazy right-wing conspiracy nut job. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I just have fantasies about, like cannibalism and toddler butts. It's not like
Amos Lee said that's okay.
Well, to answer, Ian McDonald's asking if you would have a debate between TJ and Common Filth, and I'm going to answer that right now. The second Common Filth figured out TJ was on, he'd leave.
No, actually, if those two actually, that would be fucking fantastic.
I still want to see.
If I had Common Filth on here with me, that's the only way I'd allow TJ on this channel.
I wouldn't really want a debate, though. I'd more like just like you put TJ in, and then you'll have like make sure he's listening, but make it so he can't talk, and just have Common Filth explain to him just everything wrong with him.
No, I want to see Common Filth and Whitney, Wisconsin go at each other.
It'd just be fucking Whitney, Wisconsin saying "I fuck dogs," and then Common Filth would say "I fuck dogs," and they'd be just saying it back at each other.
Instead of black.com, it's barked.com.
Bones.com. The Amazing Atheist is proof that Jesus failed, says John Steele. What the fuck? I love Odin now.
Well, tips fedora right back at you, Mr. Odin.
You know what?
No, you're talking to a pagan. It's tips Viking helmet you got at Party City back at you.
Tips blue painted dick back at you.
Actually, my real hero is Varg Verkinas. I'm gonna go to France and become an uninvited guest.
Varg,
one of the guys who's nailed outside his compound. Chris Chan is proof against a living God, a loving God. But TJ is proof of a god with a sense of humor.
Somebody says, is TJ worse or more disgusting than Steve Shives? Yes.
No.
He's more disgusting than Steve Shives.
More disgusting than Casket King?
I would say that Steve Shives outdoes Amazing Atheist a little bit in that Steve Shives is not white enough to be on the tier of Amazing Atheist, and whiteness cures all of your past expression. I think so.
You know, it'd be
That's
hilarious. It'd be hilarious if TJ went like all fucking 1488, but changed nothing else about himself. It'd be hilarious to watch a 1488ers just be like,
He's reformed now, dude.
No, it'd be even funnier if Whitney, Wisconsin did that.
"What girls are magic?" Am I right?
I feel like though, maybe what if Whitney, Wisconsin the whole time was just woke and she was just going out there to get the warning out to people that the next thing the left was going for was bestiality and we just didn't listen. We were too busy laughing at her.
Well, sadly, Amos Lee took that over and pushed in a different direction.
24-hour op though, so I don't know. Maybe they're both working. Amos just did it better.
Yeah, Amos just needs a partial deportation. Send his head back to Singapore.
I think I was checking the immigration when they said, "Oh yeah, let's have this guy coming."
So we
This guy
literally
sounds
took
great.
the island idiot from Singapore. So I mean, our immigration system really is dandy good.
Make caning great again.
Damn Kane Dodger.
Who would you say is more of an asshole to his fans? Would you say it's TJ or Spoonie?
Spoonie.
Spoonie hates his fans because Spoonie hates himself and his fans like him. So he hates them just because of that.
Did you I don't believe I was on after this debacle went down. What was your thoughts on the whole donate me $500 so I can teach you the proper mechanisms for folding your bed?
You talking about the
It's
Buckaroo
a quote
buddies?
from Jordan Peterson. There are actually more ways to fold your bed than there are stars in the universe.
Is he working with Black Science Man now?
Yeah, I personally need a 58-year-old rusted out Canadian to tell me that, you know, jacking off on some girl's back while she's passed out drunk is a bad idea.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that?
Yeah, I heard that was like he alluded to Tchaikovsky's Third Overture, and he told us about how that really linked back to why pedophilia was a bad idea in the modern sense.
Well, you know what? If you guys watch just more Rick and Morty, you guys would understand it, but you guys just aren't intelligent enough.
I am. I personally have switched over to a pure diet of pickles so that I can attain the higher IQ.
And Szechuan sauce.
Oh yeah, well I mean Szechuan sauce is expensive, so sometimes I substitute it with some soy sauce mixed with lube and semen. So that gets me closer to the.
Or you could just mix barbecue sauce and teriyaki, which is literally just what it is.
No, you can't, Bechtloff. You can't do that. Do not spread that lie.
Are you like retarded? I mean, it's Szechuan sauce, not
Completely
teriyaki.
different. It's
Barbecue.
completely different.
I'm surprised nobody has done that and then sold it from $20 a bottle over the internet.
Rick and sauce.
Just like make fake labels.
Oh,
There was a thing of Szechuan sauce that sold for like I think $1,000, like 1,000 to 3,000.
I need to get in on this racket. I mean, you don't even have to do the Rick and Morty name; just name it Szechuan sauce.
Maybe I should make a fake account named Jason B. Peterson so that I'm not like stealing, and then just sell personality quizzes that I steal from BuzzFeed for like $30 a pop.
No, you got to go lower than Jordan. You got to go for $9.
To steal, kid.
$1,000.
I actually do you respect the DSP model? Maybe I could sell underwear with my face on it for $80 each.
Get you a DSP thong.
Yeah, I think so. I would get my girlfriend a DSP thong, wouldn't you?
Hey, you guys should respect DSP Kaizo because he has a totally real girlfriend right now. So, you need to show him some respect.
I am surprised. He hasn't been kicked out of his house yet?
I'm surprised Spoonie hasn't been kicked out yet.
Oh, I mean, Spoonie lives. I mean, have you seen his place? It doesn't look that good. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
Spoonie's not in the gutter yet.
Maybe what happens is the bank, whenever it tries to foreclose, they send a Latino over, and then Spoonie's brother comes over and listen up, Juan.
Spoonie's gonna
Hashtag Juan, but not forgotten.
Spoonie's gonna find out the hard way. You can't use the block button against your bill collectors. The band hammer just isn't gonna work there, Spoonie.
I wonder what's gonna kill Spoonie first: the Asperger's, the AIDS, or the dementia.
No, see, Spoonie gets so many weird illnesses. I think he's actually going to bring back the bubonic plague. I think that's what's going to get him.
Make AIDS great again.
I think Boogie has a very good point. The best thing about giving your girl a DSP thong is that she'll take it off quickly.
Speaking of Boogie, I want to hear about good old Boogie, bunch of numbers getting.
Oh, his wife left him. Yeah, I heard about that. Did you take like a weekend vacation with a friend? You know, just a friend, and then divorced him.
Yeah, poor Boogie's such a pitiful cuck. He didn't even get to watch.
Well, you know, can you blame the woman? I mean, you're married to a guy, you come home, and there's this guy making Doritos and Mountain Dew in your blender.
And you got to clean that folds out in his diaper.
How the hell would you fuck Boogie?
You wouldn't.
Line in the Austin Powers movie where it's like, how could you fuck that bastard? No, I mean, how could you? The sheer mechanics are mind boggling.
Well, I guess the only position is fucking. Oh God.
I mean, that motherfucker could have a 3-foot-long dick and it would still barely poke out from the folds of fat.
It's like Family Guy whenever Peter's naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Boogie's been blacked. Evla Renaissance says, I agree. Whenever since his wife isn't around to clean his diaper out anymore, he's getting blacked right now.
Boogie's been blacked. Yeah, the Tyrone liked Boogie too because it's more cushion for the pushing.
Yeah, but who's better, Boogie or Tommy Lauren?
Wait, that's really cool. That means that he got the porn angle because instead of fucking on the bed, Tyrone and his wife just fucked on top of him. To get the nice cushiony feel, you know, the gelatinous movement.
No, poor Boogie didn't even get to watch.
Boogie's 0-0 Boogie in the chats said that Boogie's wife could leave the country and she still wouldn't have left him because she's still trapped in his orbit.
We're all trapped in Boogie's orbit.
I don't know who's more pathetic. Boogie? Wait, no. Okay, who's more... Because Boogie's better than him, but who's more of a pathetic individual? TJ or Jim Sterling?
I'm going to say TJ. Although Jim Sterling is shockingly disgusting. I mean,
Casket King.
In a while, I'll hear somebody will link me to some rant of fucking Sterling. And for a brief moment, I'll get kind of mad, and then I'll remember, no, wait a second. This is a morbidly obese, literal cuck who's married to a morbidly obese, disgusting whale. In fact, I'm not 100% convinced Jim Sterling's wife actually exists, and it's not just Jim Sterling.
Oh, we have two.
Hey guys, I just want you to know that Nazism and fascism is bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in my red, white, and black uniform, stand in front of a podium in front of a red, white, and black flag, make a loud rant about something I really hate, and then get you all over angry about it and tell you why it needs to be eliminated. You know,
one thing I remember a couple years ago, it was during the height of Amiibo popularity. And I think new ones had come out for Splatoon. I think had just come out or whatever. And he was like, "I'm done with Amiibos because I can't find them anywhere." Well, the thing that had happened was, I think it was the Splatoon ones. I could be wrong, but they had immediately gotten a big speculator bubble online. Like if you go on Amazon or eBay, they'd be like $30 a pop. But they were in every store. This was purely people scooping them up right away and trying to sell them, right? But they were still in every store. They just weren't moving online because people were. But I honestly had an easier time finding the amiibos than the fucking game. That's how much they were everywhere. And yet Sterling is out there talking about how he can't get his hands on a fucking Splatoon amiibo because of, all the resellers. And that's when it dawned on me. Sterling never leaves his fucking house. Like, he never bothered to actually go out into the world and look the fuck around. Because
you can't. There's Nazis out there.
Yeah, if he had, he'd just see them everywhere. I guess his rascal was out of gas or something. He couldn't go out into the world.
He should just roll down the street.
Go out into the world. There's not enough people to roll him out the door.
I bet you Sterling's the kind of guy that doesn't bend his knees when he walks because he dare not. You know those like fat guys that are so fat they do that like top walk where they just sort of keep their knees locked up as they sort of waddle down the road.
Well, see, I'm too cool for that. Like Mark Zuckerberg, my knees bend the opposite direction that they're supposed to.
What the life? I am such a massive fan of Xavier Renegade Angel that I have broken my legs so that they are backwards like Xavier. So I can hit my true ascended form.
Do you have a snake on your arm now?
Yes, I have removed my hand with the snake, which I feed babies occasionally.
Oh, by the way, we got some breaking news from Ian McDonald in the chat. August Ames is the top porn star on Pornhub, in case you were wondering.
I want to do that. I want to go
into a dead porn star. Is that like in the hood when you pour out a little bit of your 40s, your dead homie?
I think, Bechtloff, you could probably tell me if it's a good idea. Should I just go around my school and like go up to all the hot girls and tell them, "Hey, I'm gay. It's my right to have sex with you." You're
gonna get educated.
If you don't have sex with me right now, I'm gonna get a hate mob to get you to kill yourself.
I'm bi. Would you like to have sex with me? Ew, no. You are a bigot.
You fucking homophobe.
I love how Medicare put it, where he's like, they're accusing this woman of being a homophobe who has been in several lesbian porn movies. That's the left. You could be having regular homosexual sex and still be a homophobe in the current year.
Oh, yeah, well, it's nothing surprising. I mean, you can be sucking black guys' dicks and be a homophobe. You can be a fucking woman who's a misogynist. You can be a minority. It's never good enough for them, and that's just what you have to accept. It's like they don't care about ideological consistency. They just care about dragging everybody down to the lowest common denominator. Because that's where they are.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up.
You've had enough of the spurgery?
Yeah, I've had enough of the spurgery. So, anybody got any closing thoughts?
Thank you for tuning in to the Kaiser Show. Have you on next week.
Yep.
Oh, wait, there was one more topic I think might be worth discussing. You have any thoughts on the Roy Moore stuff? Or?
Oh, yeah, that was stolen. I've mentioned that on here before. That was stolen. That was blatantly stolen. It was obviously stolen. While all the evidence has probably been destroyed at this point, I hope at the very least Roy Moore pushes it enough that motherfuckers can be thrown in jail. That was stolen. I'm not saying that was maybe stolen. That was probably stolen. No, that was stolen.
Excuse me? More like they just didn't want to vote for a pedophile.
Yeah, that was stolen. It's really funny that they kept calling Roy Moore a pedophile when the other guy so blatantly looks like a pedophile.
Well, just get ready for every single GOP candidate in 2018 to be mysteriously turning into a pedophile. It'll be very weird. Coincidental, won't it?
Well, to be fair, a lot of them do look the part. I mean,
the RNC really needs to get its fucking ground game together and get it. Look, they need to make sure that other things are not stolen, because that's just what they're going to do here. I mean, I honestly think that the 2016 election, I think Trump did better than we all know. You take out the 3 million illegal fucking votes. You take out. I don't even think it was as close as we're led to believe. I think Trump won so handedly they couldn't steal it hard enough. But yeah, they stole it. They simply stole it. And yeah.
And I expect the sexual harassment thing to go away as soon every GOP candidate gets accused by somebody before an election just to try and push that. I mean, they're like monkeys. They push the button, it gave them food, so they're going to keep pushing it over and over and over until somebody slaps them.
I think another thing, the GOP needs to actually get out there and actually start doing shit, because they're just getting bogged down in this nonsense. If they actually went out there and accomplished something, like they're supposed to, then maybe they have something else to point to other than...
They need to get this tax bill passed, and Rubio's the one that's holding out on it. And
no, he just said Rubio just said he's going to vote for it. So
he
did
he had a software update.
Okay.
Yes. So did Corker. It's going to pass, but
I really, really fucking despise these traitorous rhinos. I mean, the communists need thrown out of helicopters, but these fucking rhinos, they're the ones where you got to wipe out their whole bloodline while they watch. Then and only then do you allow them the sweet release of death. The helicopter is far too good. Your enemies at least get a cigarette and blindfold when the time comes. Traitors don't even get that.
Well, and the sad thing is Trump had this great 100-day plan thing, and I think the only thing that he's accomplished from it so far has been this stupid Jerusalem embassy thing. I don't believe anything else on that list was...
He's pushed a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
I know he's pushed it, but they haven't passed it.
There's been a lot of movement in the right direction. No, he hasn't gotten any of the big spectacular things going on, but things are moving in the right direction. The thing he needs to do is he needs to clear out the fucking Justice Department. He needs to get rid of Sessions. He needs to begin just firing everybody in the FBI, everybody in the fucking Justice Department. He needs to clean fucking house. Sessions has got to go, like fucking yesterday, because
but the weed blow
can't get this guy to give a shit about anything.
My name is Jeff Sessions, and I'm going to recuse myself from the entire point of me being put up in this office, and I'm just going to do nothing but persecute weed heads and sit around and complain that the president's a bully.
Yeah, if only we could find evidence of Hillary Clinton smoking pot. Maybe we could get Jeff Sessions to give a shit.
We can find evidence of Bill smoking pot.
Yeah, let's remind him of that. Maybe we can get him to give a shit. It's like that meme where it's Hillary Clinton sold classified information to our enemies. I sleep. Hillary Clinton may have smoked pot. Real shit, nigga.
And plus, by appointing him attorney general, we've just lost a seat in Alabama. So that was a real great move.
Fight Power Ranger says, which I think is race, says to check your DM, Bechtloff, on Twitter.
You dungeon master?
I don't have a Twitter.
Well, that guy that you frequently communicate with, I guess.
If you get shut down on Twitter, your account still exists.
I'll ask that guy who's on Twitter if he knows anything about a DM.
Yeah, I don't know who is this Bechtloff person. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like another one of those right-wing conspiracies.
He's on the right-wing Twitter, Gab.
It's a Russian. Oh, I see we've entered the studio now.
Oh, there's Luke. Hey, Luke, how's it going?
Sorry I'm late.
You should be sorry.
To wrap this up.
Yeah, I spent the evening with a couple of atheists who are actually quite interesting when they're not talking about atheism.
Luke, if you have brown hair, you're not white. You should shoot yourself.
Luke spent the evening talking about bananas.
So what is the preferred circumference if I want to receive max anal stimulation? Luke, did
all our banana phobes.
How the hell do you get a banana up your ass? Seriously, how loose is your asshole got to be?
My favorite thing is whenever you look at those videos and then you notice just how small his penis is.
Well, that's why he hates God.
I mean, it's literally a fucking eraser tip.
That's his whole argument against God. He just goes, gaze upon my micro penis in despair. Where is your God now?
Honestly, the guy should just tie a brick to it. Maybe he'll feel better.
I think TJ is not only a good argument against Christianity, he's also a very good argument for determinism, because I think the only way God could justify giving somebody that small of a penis is if he already knew that TJ was going to become so much of a shithead.
Hey, Luke, that photo is sexual harassment.
Hey, is that demeaning towards... I don't like violence towards women, Luke. You should put that down.
Violence towards bananas.
All right, I have to wrap this up. Everybody, thanks for hopping on. Everybody, thanks for listening to this terrible ass stream. If you enjoyed it, there's the Patreon and the PayPal down below. You can check out the sponsor, Aaron Clay Books. No Kaiser. That's not an invitation to ramble on about Aaron Clary. Yeah, that's all we got for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. Bechtloff out.